Who was it who said the old proverb, happiness is a new sharp band on a Woodmizer sawmill? Was it Confucius? Aristotle? Or maybe it was the old jarhead, I can't remember. But either way, we got a new blade on here. Haven't used this poor neglected mill in probably over 3 months. Neglected, but of course not forgotten. If you saw my last video, you know that I brought a little treat for the sawmill here. It's about 9:15 in the morning and it's starting to get dark already. There's supposed to be an eclipse happening. I think it's supposed to peak here in just a couple minutes. It's a cloudy day, so we probably won't see it. There's a little blue sky over there. The sun is right over there. We probably won't be able to see it because of the clouds, but I have a welding lens handy in case it does happen to pop out. We can take a look at it. Can't see it through the clouds, but there's the sun through the clouds and a welding lens. Right now is the peak eclipse time. I think that's all we're going to see. That and a little bit of a dark morning. I don't know if you can even tell on camera that it's kind of dark out here. So back to our log. Ooh, my chainsaw brought a friend. Hanging off of it is this giant spider. Hopefully that doesn't give you nightmares tonight. Enough playing around with the sun and the spiders. Let's cut this log. What is this thing we have on here anyway? Some of you may have guessed already, this is Pepperwood, or it's what we call Pepperwood, also called Oregon Myrtle, California Bay Laurel. Same kind of tree we were collecting nuts from the other day. And another victim from the big blowdown over at the coast. I've seen the wood called myrtle, I've seen it called Myrtlewood. I've also seen it for sale for a very high price in a few shops. We'll cut into this, see what it looks like inside, see what the big deal is all about. The end of it looks ugly, but this was the broken off end. Has a little bit of spalting, but I think as we get back into it more, it'll be just regular green wood. The tree blew over, but these pepperwood trees, as long as there are still a few roots in the ground, they'll still stay alive and they'll even keep growing and they'll even sprout new trees up out of the stem of it. And that's the way this one was, just laying on the ground, but still green. Now to see how ambitious this mill is going to be after sitting for 3 months. See if it's going to want to start. Has oil. That's pretty. What do you think? You want to see it? Well, that's what fresh cut myrtle wood looks like. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this. I think I will go down another 1.5 inches, 6/4. That gets me above the pith, but I don't know if even avoiding the pith is possible because the pith is very variable throughout the log. But 1.5 inches kind of keeps me out of it, I think. Has a little tension in it, so this piece will be bowed. But that is some pretty stuff. And it smells good too. Look at all those colors. Getting into the crotch over here. Now we'll flip it over, have a go at it from the other side. Today I'm using 7-degree Woodmizer blade, and this wood mills up very easily. When cutting this kind of wood with a chainsaw, when it's green it cuts easy, but when it's dry it's hard to cut. It's a moderately dense hardwood. I would say maybe similar to oak, but milling it green, it's very enjoyable to mill. It cuts easy. Cut a 4/4 piece off the top, and these two are 6/4. I don't know about you, but I think that's some really pretty wood. Since I've been giving Steve over at MSD Making Sawdust a hard time about forgetting to do the water test when he mills his beautiful hardwoods, I have to make sure I don't forget to do the water test myself. So let's do the water test. Look at that. That is pretty. Let's do the other end too. Now to dry these things and see if they come out in a way that even remotely resembles anything straight. I've never milled these before. I don't know what they're going to do. They're also going to change color as they're exposed to the air and as they dry. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. I've cut this kind of wood into firewood, but I had no idea what they were going to look like milled, and they exceeded my expectations. I think these are just beautiful. We'll just have to find out if they dry into anything that's useful or not. This was just one branch out of a bigger tree that blew over. The main trunk of the tree is much bigger. It looks like it probably has a lot of burling in it, a lot of figure. I wanted to bring that back, but I didn't have enough room in the trailer for the wood splitter and that piece, so I only brought this one. I also don't know if my loading tree would be strong enough to load that into the trailer. Oh yeah, there's another reason why I left it. The root ball had a huge yellow jacket nest in it. Lots and lots of yellow jackets. And from the interaction I had with them, I don't think they have a very good sense of humor. I don't think they're very tolerant, and if I was to start cutting that log off the root ball, I think they would very quickly express to me how unhappy they are about it in the one way they know how to express themselves, with that sharp pointy thing on their butt. I just didn't want to deal with that. So next year maybe they'll be gone, and maybe I'll have a way to get this to a mill. Then we can see what that one looks like inside. That's it for today. I've been looking forward to opening this log up. I'm glad you were here to share the experience with me. See you on the next one.